Every time I speak, I want the truth to come out.
It's just me against the world.
I was raised in New York. My mama was a Panther.
My mother taught me 3 things: respect, knowledge, and she taught me if there's something on my mind, speak it.
This is me against the world.
My name is Tupac Shakur, and I attend Tampapai High School, and I'm 17 years old.
I read a lot. I wrote poetry. I used to rap everywhere. I was one of those people, man. I put my tape in the tape deck. I interrupt conversations and just start rapping.
Tupac, go ahead and rock
Now
this.
I clown around when I hang around with the underground.
Shock G, he was the mega. He was the first individual anywhere to believe in me.
Can barely walk the city streets without a cop harassing me, searching me, then asking my identity.
As a writer, whatever I wrote was honest. It might not have been positive, but I've reached somebody. They relate to the brutal honesty in the rap.
Brenda's belly's getting bigger, but no one seems to notice any change in her figure. She's 12 years old and she's having a baby.
As a young black male, I would be wrong to not talk about the problems of the young black female.
And since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and I came from a woman.
My music is spiritual. It's all about emotion. I reveal myself in every one of my records.
You got to keep your head up.
Oh, yeah.
I get around.
There are so many young black males out there that need to identify with something. All my life, I've been watching when they describe young black males, they describe us as thuggish or thugs. But to me, thug is being someone that has nothing. And that even though I have nothing and there's no home for me to go to, my head is up high.
California.
I don't want to be a role model, I just want to be real.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California.
I got a big mouth, came out, talked from my heart, I'm real.
Who shot me, but your pulse didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a minute. Nigga, hit him up.
I don't feel like what I did was so evil. I just feel like the way I was living was a part of my progression to be a man.
Shit. I guess change is good for any of us.
Everybody changes, everybody becomes better people. You know, we all should get that chance.
How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace, young nigga. There's a heaven for you.
Everything is based on the pain that I felt from my childhood. But I'm a soldier, I always survive. The only thing that can kill me is death. That's the only thing that'll ever stop me is death. And even then, my music will live forever.
I'd be a lie if I told you that I never thought of death. My niggas, we the last ones left. Cause life goes on.
To induct Tupac Shakur, please welcome Snoop Dogg.
Really can't believe that it's been 21 years since we actually got to hear from Tupac. No, not the one clip on YouTube, not the movie or the hologram. Tupac Amaru Shakur, the human being. 21 years ago in Las Vegas, Tupac Shakur was taken from all of us. He was only 25 years old, too. Damn near the same age as my oldest son. And while many remember him now as some kind of thugged out superhero, Tupac knew he was only human. And he represented through his music like no one before. It's a fact that he never shied away from. He wore it like a badge of honor. With an unapologetic rawness, Pac embraced those contradictions that prove we ain't just a character out of someone else's storybook. To be human is to be many things at once. Strong and vulnerable, hard-headed and intellectual, courageous and afraid, loving and vengeful, revolutionary and, oh yeah, don't get it fucked up, gangster. So, while we may be here today to celebrate one of music's most prolific and outspoken artists, as he's rightfully enshrined amongst the greatest musicians to ever do it, I'm here to make sure that Pac is remembered the way he would have wanted to be. A strong black man that stood for his. That's what made Tupac the greatest rapper of all time. But to me, Tupac was first and foremost the homeboy. I finally got a chance to meet Pac in 1993 at a rap party for Poetic Justice in LA. And on that night, Pac passed me my first blunt. Yeah, no, for real. That's right, Tupac is the one that got Snoop Dogg smoking blunts. You see, I was a zigzag man before that shit. And we became very good friends quickly thereafter. And then, in 1995, I told Suge Knight, I said, Suge, get Pac out of prison, have him come join our team at Death Row Records, you know, the most unfuckwittable record label of all time. And our friendship there was like player to player. He never had a team before. It was always just him. Now with us, it was like he joined the Showtime Lakers. Dre was the coach, Suge was the owner, and me and Pac, we were the stars on the court making history with every new song. We were young, rich, and rock stars. But we were also young black men with targets on our back. We were catching cases simultaneously. That's why when we got together, we really were two of America's most wanted. He had just gotten out of jail. I had just beat my case. I get a white Rolls Royce with that creamy peanut butter interior. And Pac, he'd go out and buy a black one with the same thing. He'd have his tailor come over and lace us up with them Hugo Boss suits, you know, mafia style. He put me up on a lot of boss player shit like Gucci and Versace and shit I can't even pronounce. I got me a penthouse suite on Wilshire. Then 2 weeks later, Pac got the one right across the hall from me. Neighbors, you dig? We had no peers beside one another, just two black boys struggling to become men. I never shared this story before, but it really speaks to our journey. I had just beaten my case, and Suge had taken us to South America to get away from all of the drama, and me and Pac was parasailing. You heard right. Snoop Dogg and Tupac parasailing together with Suge Knight driving the boat. Does anybody know what parasailing is? Because we damn sure didn't. Me and Pac was sitting on the edge of the boat with all this gear and shit on. Then all of a sudden, the boat pulls away and we start floating up in the air. We scared as a motherfucker, damn near holding hands. And Suge ass kept dropping the lever and slamming us into the water like boom. I don't know what was in there. It could have been sharks, octopuses, or whatever. And I'm like, man, quit playing. It was crazy because not only did we think we were on top of the world at that time, we actually were on top of the world. Floating around in the sky, then all of a sudden Pac would start telling me about some movie idea he had. He seen me as an actor. He saw more potential in me than I saw in myself. And it's funny because after he passed away, I started getting a lot of movie roles, and I always felt that Pac was looking out for his nigga, even after he was gone. See, that's the thing with Pac. When he loves hard. Whether that was him loving black people, him loving his homies, him loving his record label, and of course, him loving his beautiful and incredibly strong mother, the late Afeni Shakur. Memories of Miss Shakur are embedded in my mind. Right after I heard Tupac got shot, I immediately flew to Vegas, and I walked in the room and I seen him laid out on the bed with all kind of tubes and shit in him, and I was so weak, I damn near fell over. And his mom came over to me, and she grabbed me, and she held me up, and she said, baby, you got to be strong. And I went and sat next to him, and was whispering to him, telling him I loved him, and to hold on, and he was gonna be okay. And even in that moment, his mom was thinking more about me than herself and showing me how to love strong. I realized that Pac was taught how to love at a very early age. And through his music, he shared the love with all of us. And that's ultimately why we're here tonight. Pac's a part of history for a reason, because he made history. He's hip-hop history. He's American history. And just like in school, the more research that you do on history, the more information that you have. So with that said, we'd all like to officially welcome Tupac Shakur into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Pop. Tupac, we love you, dog. And since my brother is not here in the physical form, I'll accept this honor on his behalf. I love you, Tupac. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Thug life.
I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna see me, but the police messing with me, but they can't do nothing to a G. I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna mess with me, but the police messing with me, but they can't do nothing to a G. Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight, and we are honoring some of the greatest of all time. And it feels good. Now tonight, I myself am here honoring the one and only Tupac Shakur. Let me hear you say yeah. Right. So if you're feeling good like how I'm feeling good, and you know, you might want to vibe with me, see, because I figured I'd just come out here with my piano keys and just have a little, play some of my favorite ones, you know what I'm saying? So if you feeling good like we feeling good, then help me sing. Like, step up, step up, round and round, round we go. Step up, step up, round and round, round we go. Step up, step up, round and round, round we go. Step up, round and round we go. This is one of my favorites. Whoa. I ain't mad at you. 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 Or maybe this one. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. When I was young, me and my mama had beat, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Now back in the time, I never thought I'd see your face, but ain't a woman alive that ever take my mama's place. So I'm saying, lady, don't you know we love you, sweet lady? Place no one above you, sweet lady. Don't you know we love you? Yeah. And you know, one of my favorite things about Pop is the way that he, you know, every lyric that he ever said, it came exactly from his life, exactly from his heart. He was so raw and so real and so honest. And even though I never met him, I wish I did. I learned so much from him. All those stories and all that realness, all that honesty, I took that with me. And now that he's gone, it's different, you know? Changes.
Dear mama.
That's just the way it is.
the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. Say what? That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You're my brother, baby. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh, that's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Ain't nothing but gangsta party. Ain't nothing but gangsta party.
I need everybody on your feet right now.
Same motherfucking time.
Break out the champagne.
It ain't nothing but a motherfucking gangster.
Hey, picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture. Bombing Hoochies with position. My attention to get richer with the ass and double OP. Dog, my fucking homie use a code that nigga on them hoes.
Sure enough, I keep my hand on my gun, cause they got me on the run. Now I'm back in the cold room, waiting on the outcome. Free Tupac is all that's on the niggas' mind. But at the same time, it seems they tryna take mine. So one more get smart and get defensive and shit. And put together a million march for some gangster shit.
Hey, so now they got a station. 2 multi-millionaire motherfuckers catch a case.
Run it.
Bitches get ready for the dough. Emphasis about to go down. Me and Soup about to clown. I'm losing my religion. I'm snitches on these stool pigeons. You might be deep in the game, but you got the rules missing. Niggas be acting like they savage. They have to get the carrots. I got the L for love for my niggas living love.
I got a pit named Petey, she niggerino. I got a house out in the hills right next to Chino. And I think I got a black Nemo. But my dream is to own a fly casino like Bugsy Siegel and do it all illegal and get scooped up by my little homie in the Regal. It feels good to you, baby bubba. You see, this is for the G's and the keys, motherfucker.
Hold up, now follow as we ride. Motherfuck the rest, you are the best from the west side. And I can make you famous. Niggas been down for years. So how can I blame us? I live in fear for felony. I never stop better knees. Motherfucking G's, nigga. So if you got a better flow, say what? Another one. To of America must want.
Tupac, rest in peace, my nigga.
Rest in peace, Pac. Rest in peace, Pac.
Push me, revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture private crafts loaded, wise words being beat the freak that's in the game and it's sold it. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he's listening. See them niggas coming with my diamonds when they glistening. Now pay attention, we going down now. I'm a ghost, 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 ghost. We about to smoke, go, go. Take me some of the man scheme with his feet, for the feet, dominate, come trees. Activate that hate with the AK and that tray 8. Pop, we hitting them state to state. Hey, some say game is all corrupted. Fuck it, this shit right here, these niggas lucky that I don't bust out and bust it. Never tell it to bust a nut. Fuck the world if they can't adjust. It's all well, hell, come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La 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 la. Quick see, what do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La 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 la. Tupac outlaws right here. Should have went on six. That part, outlaws. Y'all keep the Dodgy. Woo! Big sight. Fatal Hussein. Get him, T.I.
Some say the black of the berry, sweet of the juice. Some say the dark of the flesh, dead in the deep of the root. Give a holler to my sister's on welfare. Tupac care. And don't nobody else care. And I know they like to beat you down a lot. And when you come around the block, brother clown a lot. Please, don't cry, dry your eye, never let up. Forgive, but don't forget, girl, keep your head up. And when he tell you ain't nothing, don't believe him. And if he can't learn to love you, you should leave him. Cause sister, you don't need them. And I ain't trying to gas you up, I'm just calling them how I see them. You know it make me unhappy. A brother make a baby and leave a young mother to be a pappy. And since we all came from a woman, got a game from a woman and a name from a woman. I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? It's time to kill for our women, time to heal our women. Be real to our women. Cause if we don't, we have a race of baby that will hate the lady that made the baby. And since a man can't make one, he had no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. Real men get up. I know you're fed up, lady, but keep your head up. Yeah. Put your hands in the empty part right now. Yeah. To all the ladies having babies on their own, I know it kinda rough, and you're feeling all alone. Daddy long gone, and if you by your lonesome, make it for my kids, even if nobody else want them. Cause I think we can make it a fact for sure. And if you a sad child, come back for more. Cause ain't nothing worse than when your son wants to know why daddy don't love him no more. You can't complain you was dealt this hell of a hand without a man feeling helpless. Too many things for you to deal with. You're dying inside, but outside you look and feel it. While the tears are rolling down your cheek, you steady hoping things don't fall down this week. Cause if it did, you couldn't take it. But don't blame me, I was given this world, I didn't make it. Why? Getting older and older and cold from having the world on the shoulders. While the rich kids are driving Benz, are still trying to hold on to my surviving friends. And it's crazy, the scenes that never let up.